Good day, fellow Glakitos. You are here in my channel, Glacapter Limata. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell button for you to be updated on my next coming videos. Last time, we unboxed the G19 Gen 5 MOS, and now we have the G19 Gen 5 MOS for us to upgrade and do some performance replacement parts. These are the basic replacement parts that I will show you. I would just like to give you some pointers and some information and share some experience on setting up G19s and other models of Glock. This time it's a G19. So always perform chamber safety check. So safe. Let's just remove the case for a while.
A few moments later.
So what are the basic upgrades or the priority to be replaced when you have a brand new G19 Gen 5 MOS? First, the recoil system. For you to enjoy the reload ammos, which are low in powder charge, it won't cycle when you use the original recoil system, because as it shoots, it will not fully cycle and it will quickly return fast. The result is the shell or the case will be in between the slide and the barrel, and sometimes it will come out, but there will be some cracks and dents on your shells or your casings. So it is recommended for you to change this recoil system to a fully stainless steel guide rod and lighter recoil spring, around 12 pounds or 11 pounds depending on your purpose. And the sights must be replaced if you cannot shoot accurately with this one, because it is hard to see that white dot during daytime, and you need to align it on this position. In my experience, the G19 stock size are dead center from 7 to 12 meters only. If it is around 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 meters target plates, you will aim it for 12 o'clock. So this is the plate over that plate. The sides is over or on top of the plate as you shoot, so you will compensate. So you cannot see the target. The slide covers the target. So if you're not comfortable and not efficient with the sights, you have an option to replace it with fiber optic sights and plain black rear sights for quick sight acquisition. No need to align it on such U-notch or such two dots here behind. And third is the trigger connector. So it can give you more lighter trigger pull, plus the combination of lighter firing pin spring and skeletonized lighter firing pins. So those are the basics for your Glock to perform more reliable and more convenient. This is my experience in using Glocks, so I'm sharing it to you. So other parts can be an aesthetic or, let's say, practical shooting upgrades, or just plainly for show, and for, of course, for your own identity in the range. Because sometimes when you're shooting with your friends and when you put your Glock on the table, different Glocks, all the same color, all the same sizes, all the same model, at least there's a distinction between your Glock from them. Can be chrome, gold, Cerakoted, tan, red, theme, whichever it is that you like. Okay, so let's start now from upgrading the recoil system. This one is the Matac Innovation Recoil Reduction System. I believe this comes with 12 pounds for carry and light competition and fun shoot and club shoots. It has a very durable construction. The stainless guide rod is high quality, industrial 4 grade. I think this one is a 316 stainless. It won't easily be deformed, bent. This one will not be deformed because most of the time as you shoot, especially in competitions, this one changes to letter D. It's circular, but sometimes due to friction from metal to metal between the barrel, because this one sits on the barrel, it becomes letter D, and the result is it will tilt in a more higher position, banging your slide, this part, like that. It will bang right there. Sometimes it's here, and sometimes it's here. There's a visible hairline crack. So make sure that the guide rod is in high quality, because if it is only a low quality stainless, when it is deformed, it will tilt so high and it pressures the adapter bushing. So this one is for Gen 5. Let's install it. Let's perform again. Chamber safety check. Be sure that it's unloaded. Slightly pull back the slide around that, I think, 3mm. And as the barrel is dipped down, you can pull down the slide lock and release it. Remove your original dual recoil system. It has 2 springs and a plastic guide rod. Now we will install the barrel first and the adapter ring. It's a one-way in. You have to put it on this position, not on the reverse position, because the spring cannot hug the adapter ring, the bushing. So it's the other way around, like this and like that. Since the spring is brand new and single spring, so you have to hold it with your fingers. Help this with these 3 fingers and then push it towards the guide rod. I will use my stomach. I mean my abs. It's quite difficult this time because it's brand new. Once the spring is already sits in, it's much more easier. So you see, you installed it on the first step of the barrel lug, and now push more and push down, so it should sit in on that position. Since this is a Gen 5, you can install starting here, not like the Gen 4. You used to slide it here starting from this position. So you don't need to do that, like that, or this way. Easier. Now it's more easier to rock. So it is in open bolt position. You can view my previous videos on my list shooting with this Matac recoil reduction system. It is also available in gold color, guide rod, gold series, electro plated. If you want some blinging looks that matches your gold pin kits and magwell and your barrel, etc. So now, next is the sights. Right now, we will not install the sights because it will take us long, but I will provide another video for the installation of these sights. So I just want to show you the Matac Innovations Combat High Sights.
Minutes later.
Hope you see it. 1.0 front sight fiber optic rod diameter. Highly visible on daytime, and nighttime it is light adaptive. Serrated plain black rear sights for glare prevention. If there's a sun behind you, so it won't glare. And the other variant is the standard height sight. This can be used also for MOS because it is slim. It can accommodate your red dot optic sights in the future. You cannot make use of it because it is not co-witness, but it is possible to install here. See, it won't overlap on the adapter plate like that. In case you bought the MOS series G17 Gen 5, G19 G23 G34 G41, other Gen 4, you can use this if you don't plan to use the red dot reflex sights. Also 1.0 millimeter fiber optic rod. So let's set this aside first.
A few moments later.
Let me show you my Matac Innovations sight installed on my G34. This one. Perform chamber safety check first. So here it is. The high sights, combat sights. Installed on my G34 Gen 4 MOS. This fits the IPSC standard box. So it is competition compliant even if you use the +2 extended base pads. It will fit the standard box. And now the third upgrade will be the trigger connector and the firing pin spring. This one is for Gen 4, but we will only use the firing pin spring and the trigger connector plus the Matac Innovation Skeletonized Lightened firing pin. So this one helps you to minimize misfires and it is competition ready for carry also. It will improve you also your fast double tapping, and definitely it will lessen the trigger pull weight depending what firing pin spring you will combine with this firing pin. So got this from Glock Hub Pilipinas or G Planet. You can visit their FB page, www.facebook.com/GlockHubPilipinas, or search Glock Hub or search G Planet. This one comes with the 5 pounds firing pin spring. So this is an assembly already. The good thing with this, it is installed with a maritime spring caps, so you can shoot even on such harsh environments, underwater or even in mud, in the sea or in the swamp, because this one is the mariner type. So we will remove this and replace the lighter firing pin spring and the trigger connector. So let's do it.
A few moments later.
So as you remove the trigger pin and locking block pin in one, since this is a Gen 5, there's no more locking block pin. The locking block pin and the trigger pin is already combined as one pin. So it looks like the Gen 4 trigger pin, because Gen 5 and Gen 4 have different trigger system. Pull up the locking block a bit, and you can pull out this trigger mechanism. You don't need to pull out all of this. By the way, you can upgrade the slide lock, the takedown lock, with an extended one. It's also available in Glock Hub Pilipinas. You can browse their FB page. So right now we will remove the firing pin spring. So how can we do that? So I'll share to you how to use that by removing the slide backplate cover and use the firing pin funnel hole as your mounting area. It's a bit difficult to pull this down because the 5 pounds firing pin spring pushes the slide lock. There it is. So hold it properly, because these springs will fly out, especially the extractor depressor plunger. Let's pull out first the original firing pin spring and place a spacer sleeve on this position, if you can see it in the camera, and then try to use your thumb and index finger as you pull it down and remove that maritime spring caps. So you already removed the firing pin spring, and now we will install the firing pin spring from this package. Let's pull it out. Be careful because the firing pin safety plunger spring or the firing pin safety spring might be included in the firing pin spring as you pull it out. And let's get the trigger connector. Let's go back to the firing pin. So insert it. And we will install back the maritime spring caps. Pull down and then insert the other half and the other half, making it a hole. So here it is, replaced. This one is 2 pounds only. On my previous video, we measured the trigger pull gauge of this G19 with stock internals. Gives us 4.5, 4.6, 5.0. Averaging it gives us 4.7 or 4.8. So we will see now with these upgrades, the trigger connector and the firing pin and the firing pin spring, what trigger pull weight will come out on the reading of our trigger pull gauge, manual trigger pull gauge only. So let's bring it back. So insert the slide back plate cover and help it with your thumb as you push it sideways, and then push down the firing pin spacer sleeve while pushing the slide back plate cover and pushing this spring-loaded bearing of extractor depressor plunger. There, it snaps. The slide has already been installed with the Matac Innovation Skeletonized Lightened firing pin. And now we will remove the trigger connector. Replace it on this position, so you cannot insert it here. Definitely it won't fit in. Insert this on that horizontal hole and then return the trigger spring. So put some lubricant here because it is metal to metal. This is one of the area that you need to lubricate, and this area also, and that area. Now try to install it back. And I would just like to mention that we did not polish anything or replace any parts aside from what we have replaced. From stock internals, we just installed the trigger connector, the Matac Innovation firing pin, and the 2 pounds firing pin spring. No polishing at all. So I do not polish my parts because the internal parts have a factory coating that will help the parts to prolong its life and get rid away from the rust. Turn the slide. Lighter already. Now we will measure the trigger pull weight of this compact G19 with all the parts replaced that I mentioned. Around 2.8 pounds. So let's do an averaging. $3.2. $3.2. 2.8 to 3.2 pounds. But if you are planning to hold on with this setup and play with the production division, if you are using the G17 or this model and you are planning to join the sanction matches by the PPSA or the PSMOC, right now I am reminding you that it will fail on equipment check because the spring soon, as you shoot, as you rack for 1,000 of rounds, later on the trigger pull weight will go below 3.0. It will maintain up to 2.8 to 2.5. Sometime around it will come 2.2 on my experience, especially on my G34. So as you see, my G34 had only the stock trigger. We did not use aftermarket triggers because some aftermarket triggers, I'm not absolutely saying all brands, but there are some brands that are malfunctioning when it comes to competition due to wear and tear also. So it's not reliable. So this type of trigger that we combine is the stock trigger only, because stock triggers are less prone to malfunctions. So right now, even the G34 is used for the standard division minor scoring. I already opted to the stock trigger because I have some experiences on the adjustable triggers that the screws are loosened and some of the internal springs are broken, or let's say not performing enough because of some rust and some debris and other residues or carbon, etc., that comes inside those springs that you cannot easily remove or uninstall. So if you do not want those triggers, because those triggers are very nice to look at and you can adjust the pre-travel and also the over travel, the first trigger pull, you can adjust it, because on the adjustable triggers you can set it this low, not like the stock is that long. Okay, that's the advantage of the adjustable triggers. And as you rack the pre-travel, you can also adjust. Look at the pre-travel of this one, it's quite long. So in some adjustable triggers, you can also set the pre-travel like as short as this position. So it's up to you guys if you want the adjustable triggers. Those three that we had installed, or what I've mentioned, the recoil system, the sights, and the firing pin and the firing pin spring, can give you an extra confidence in some light competition like club shoot, fun shoot, level 1 and level 2 using this G19 or G17 or G22, G23 for standard division, but you need to install magwells. So these parts that I will show you are optional upgrades, but still can give you additional convenience and reliability. Example, the extended slide stop release lever. When you run out of ammo and magazine empty, it's very hard for you to press down this lever. So there's an extended version of this, and the mag release, there's also an extended version of this one. Like the black extended slide stop release lever from Matac Innovation, it also comes in red, blue, chrome, and gold. So this one, and also you want some highlight, the aluminum extended mag release. And if you want some highlight again, aesthetic, the red trigger with trigger bar, magwell, CNC machine, perfectly fits your Gen 5, G19, G17, G34, G22, and G23 blocks. And if you want extra rounds, you can buy a 19 rounder magazine. It comes from the G17. So this one is the ATS, available also in Black Hub Pilipinas FB page. You can visit their page. You can call their contact numbers 0908-811-9122 for faster replies. This one is 17 rounder. This one is 19 rounder because it has an extended base pad and it is a polymer one. This one is the DPM glass breaker, ideal for carry when you're locked inside your car or in such room, condo, warehouse. So you can, and inside a transportation, let's say in a bus, you can use this to break those glass, thick glass. And these magazines can be also extended with +5 to +6 additional rounds for 9mm. The extended base pads comes in red, black, and blue. Gives you additional 5 rounds to 6 rounds using your original springs. You can also buy a 33 rounder springs and cut it up to 3 coils starting from the lower part of the magazine. So this is easy to use and maintain, easy to clean because it's very accessible. Using a spring lock type bar that you can just pull up and slide out the cover and then pull it up and you can slide it. I have a previous video regarding it. Just search it on my YouTube channel. And also this one, if you don't like to put a magwell, just simply stay original from Matac Innovation, fits Gen 4 and Gen 5. The grip plug, oh, this one with a Punisher engraving, huh? Polymer type. You can insert it here. I think this also fits the Gen 3. And it locks well, fits well. Don't want a magwell. because the grip is already flared. See? Top view. Flared already. So if you want to remove it, just use the Glock tool and push in. There you go. It's out already. If you are not comfortable with this grip, the checkering, you can install also the Talon rubberized grip, sticker grip, textured rubberized grip. If you have such wet hands like mine, ew, always perspiring when you touch a plastic or a metal surface, so next time I will provide some installation videos on a Gen 5, the sights, the mag weld, the trigger, the slide stop release lever, and then the extended mag release. We'll provide that on my next videos. Lastly, before I forget, a good quality holster from Matac Innovation, laser engraved with Glock hub, a customized IWB OWB dual purpose holster. You can use it out from your belt or inside your waist, ideal for outdoor shooting and carry. It is made from a Kydex USA material, so it's built tough, durable, and reliable. That's all for today, fellow Glockitos. Enjoy your day in the range.